Hello everyone, this is Prasanna here. Welcome to Banking Hustle. First, you may be wondering what are the exams that I have cleared right now. I'll give you an idea. First, I have cleared my SBI PO mains, and this is my first attempt. And the time span I have taken to clear this exam is almost 8 to 10 months. And I have cleared my IBPS clerk prelims, which is also my first attempt. IBPS PO prelims, SBI clerk prelims, and I have given my mains. Okay, first let me show you what are the percentile I got on my mock. I take mocks at practice mock. First, let us see how I performed in earlier in IBPS PO mocks. Here you can see the first mock I just got only 86 percentile, and you can see the next one 92 percentile. Or the later I have improved, and you can see I got some 96 percentile. Now let's see the recent one. This is the SBI clerical, which is the recent mock that I have taken. As you can see, in SBI clerical, I got 98 percentile, 99 percentile in the last mock test, and other sources I have used other than practice mock or test book. In test book, I also given mocks for every examination. This includes SBI clerical too. Let's see by percentile in SBI clerical. You can see here that in my first test I got 97 percentile. In the second one, you can see it's about 98.78 percentile, and the last and the recent one is 99 percentile. So, how did I exactly improve myself in getting higher percentage? Without wasting any more time, let's get to this video. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe. If you want more videos like this, please like this. This will actually motivate us do a lot of videos. Now we can get to the video. Here you can see. Let's see the different types of aspirants are there. First one we can see is the beginner. The beginners are the aspirants who just started their preparation. Just now, they still need to learn the basics. They obviously didn't give any exams. So this is the beginner. And we can see the intermediate. An intermediate is better than the beginner, we can say, because they might have seen one or two exams. They are clear with their basics, but still they have a lot to see. Okay, let's see the third one. The third one is the advanced. Actually, this is the most competitive person that we can see. Now, main competition is between the intermediate and advanced. What exactly is this advanced? They have seen a lot of exams. They have been preparing more than a year. They will just miss their exams by margin. Now you know who has the competitive advantage. Obviously, you guessed it. It's the advanced because they have a lot of preparations. They might have seen a lot of problems. Don't lose hope. There is still hope. We can see advanced. What exactly this advanced is? We can say they have slight advantages comparing to other aspirants. They have seen a lot of exams. First one, obviously, they have written a lot of exams, but they failed to clear the exams just by margins. That is 1 or 2 marks. Sometimes I can even see not clearing the exam by 0.25 or zero point 0.5, which is really frustrating one. They have a lot of practices because they would have practiced a lot of problems. They have seen a lot of sums. They have given a lot of marks. So the practice biggest advantage we can also see. The another advantage they have is they will be ready to accept the results because they know whether the result is good or bad. They have to accept it because the final result is very much important. This they will know. The advantage that advanced candidate have is they easily get bored because they are writing this exam for a very long time. So obviously they will get bored since they don't get the desired result. They have slightly low motivation than other candidates since they are writing this for a very long time. As I have mentioned, the desired result they don't get. So they will have a slightly low motivation than other candidates. Next, we can see is the intermediate. They have idea of how the exam interface will be. So they might have taken 1 or 2 exams and they are highly motivated because they know how exam works. They hasn't seen much of a failure till now. So they will be highly motivated and one advantage is they will be good at the basics. So these are the advantages that an intermediate have. So the disadvantages, the practice is obviously not enough because comparing to an advanced candidate who has seen a lot of problems, the intermediate candidates might see a little less problems than them, and they have still lack the practice they have. And the disadvantage also we can see is they still have a lot to see. The beginners, let's analyze the beginners. The beginners usually have a mixed feelings. We can obviously see there is two types of beginners. One, they are afraid because everything is actually new to them. They have to learn the basics. They have a long way to go. They haven't seen any exams. Then we can see another beginner is burning desire. This is a type of beginner I actually like because they will be ready to give everything. They will go all in because they are highly motivated. They have a burning desire to achieve things. But this video is actually not made for beginners because we are obviously talking about the mains mock test. Since the beginners have to clear the prelims, they have to focus more on the prelims than the mains. So we will cover beginners in another video. First, the mistakes we can see before candidates taking a test. The first mistake I can see is making your brain passive. What exactly making your brain passive is? Simply consuming anything like the social media or watching phone before taking a mock test will actually make your brain passive, which means it obviously need to be active for your brain to be work at its full capacity. Instead of that, by watching these type of social medias, your brain become passive and you will obviously lose your concentration on the mock or you can't give your fullest. So the next mistake I see is not taking enough rest. I can see lots of aspirants before giving a mark, they don't take a rest. They don't sleep well. They obviously study for a straight 1 hour or 2 hour and taking the mark, finishing studying without taking a break. That's wrong. Best thing to do is take a break, or sometimes even taking a nap would be better before taking a mock. The third thing I want to say is taking the mock at wrong time. I can see some of the candidates taking their mock at the wrong time. For example, the evening, which is more than the 5:30, or some of them are even taking mock at the night time. But it's good. But your exams will not be conducted at these times. It will obviously be conducted between 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Not more than that. If you really want to practice, it's okay. But taking a full mock after this time, not that advisable. So try to take the mock between these times alone, that is the 8:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. The next mistake I can see is not taking a mock continuously, which means they will start the mock, simply pause after 1 or 2 hours, they will take a break, and simply again they will retake the mock and finish it really later. So, what exactly happens is in real examination, you can't really pause or anything, you have to take it continuously. So, what I advise you is take your time and continuously finish the mock. Even you feel like losing concentration, losing the focus, try to stay within the mock and continue till end of it. And we can see is not taking mock frequently. I can see candidates they take mock only once a week, and I can see some of them taking mock once in 3 days and like that. But when the exam is nearer, you need to take mock frequently. That is, if the exam is somewhere around the date, 1 week we are before the exam, then you have to take it continuously. That will actually help you what to do before taking a mock. First thing, save your brain energy. You shouldn't go to any social media. You shouldn't be a passive consumer. What is advisable? That is, you can go for a walk. You can even take naps before taking an exam. The second tip I would give to you is staying hydrated. Staying hydrated is very much important because while taking the exam, you sometimes might feel like losing concentration or losing the focus. This obviously is due to dehydrated. You can keep a glass of water while taking the mock, and staying hydrated will actually help you increase your concentration in the examination. And the third thing is simple. What exactly the snaps are advisable is to take 15 to 30 minutes. It will be the advisable time. So the next step would be take mocks at the hall ticket time. What exactly is if you, for example, let's say you have exam at 8:30 a.m., then the exam will begin at 9:30 or 9:45. So what you can exactly do is take marks at this time. That is, taking marks at 9:45 a.m. and sitting continuously and finishing the mark. You keep on practicing this, your mind will be automatically adapted and get to a flow state, which means while writing the exam, you won't lose concentration, you won't lose focus, your mind will be ready to write the exam at this particular time. So this will be very much beneficial to do before taking the real exam. So let's move on to the next one. Here you can see what exactly you should do while taking the mock. First thing is very, very important, question selection. You will acquire this skill only by taking a lot of mock tests, because you need to know how to approach a hard question, which question is hard, which is doable. And another important tip is you shouldn't spend time on hard questions, because these questions are obviously kept to run away your time. You can spend more time on this question, but every question carries the same mark unless and until it is a 2 mark question. But even though you can see, instead of spending time on these hard questions, you can spend that same time on easy questions and you can gain more marks. The next thing you can see is learn to skip. You need to know which question to skip and which questions to attempt, because you need to attempt the easy and moderate questions and you need to skip these hard questions which will actually run away your times. Then the important tip is visit all questions before you start to attend any question. First, visit all questions, mark them, because in prelims you can actually solve every question, but when it comes to mains it is actually different, because there will be some easy questions in the last, there will be all easy questions in the middle. If you don't see them, you will obviously lose them. So it is very much advisable to visit all questions before attending them. Then what exactly you need to do after completing your mock? Most of the candidates we can see is they don't analyze things, which is wrong. First, you need to ask yourself a question whether you have given your best. You need to find the reason. Why not? Why have I not given the best? Did I lose focus? Or which chapter I am weak? You need to analyze this. This is very much important. And the next step is the same. Analyze every questions, because while analyzing only you can know I am strong in which chapter, I am weak at which chapter, I need to improve myself in which one. These are the things you can easily analyze by analyzing each and every questions. You have obviously skipped some questions while attempting. You need to solve these easy and moderate level questions that are in the mock. You can even try to solve these hard questions, but it is very much important to solve these easy and moderate questions, which will actually boost your marks very well. Then the next tip is don't look at answers immediately. I see these most candidates often do. They simply finish the mock test, they simply see the answer, and they just simply leave the questions as it is. Don't do that. Try to solve them. If you finally can't find a way to solve it, just look at the answers. Don't look them immediately without solving. So here you can see what are the sections that will give you edge in the mocks. First section obviously is the general awareness. For even though for every candidate, the only thing that is common for them is general awareness. If someone is preparing for more than 1 year, 2 year, let's say they will be preparing for more years, but everybody has this common is general awareness. The difference will be in static banking, but mostly the current affair is common for all. It will be usually within the 4 to 6 months, and the last 3 months current affairs must be read very, very thoroughly, because nowadays in the exams they are asking it very, very deeply. Now here you can see the mark carried by general awareness is IBPS it is 40 and SBI it is 50. The next section that is going to give a competitive advantage is English. The thing you have to do about English is you have to consider is other than the subject, it is just a language. For English, it carries 40 marks. You can score up to 30 or 35 easily by just reading the articles, newspapers, books, and you name it. So I'm not going to give a more advice on English. because most people know how to get marks in English. But if you have any doubts, please leave it down in the comment section so I can make a separate video on how to prepare for this English. So the next one will be quants reasoning. Here, for the person who is good at English, they have a good advantage in reasoning because in reasoning you will get this critical reasoning, which will obviously help you to gain more marks in reasoning. You just have to only spend 30 to 45 seconds in a critical reasoning question to score marks. One important tip in both these sections is question selection. The question selection is crucial here because select the right question and you attempt them, you will score good marks in both the sections. Then the next section will be this descriptive. Actually, this descriptive will available only in PO, that is the probationary officer. You have to reach your sectional score in these three sections. Then only your descriptive mark will be considered for evaluation. Even you got a good score in descriptive, but you have failed in any of the sectional cutoff, your descriptive mark will not be added. For SBI PO, the descriptive is 50 mark. So one important tip I have to say is if you read English, you will advantage in reasoning for critical reasoning. It will be beneficial for you in descriptive writing too. And the final tip for you I'm going to give is practice, practice, practice. It can be of any mock test. You can choose any app. As you can see, the test book will be easy. The practice mock would be hard. That's why I have chosen two mock tests. It is completely up to you in choosing the mock test you need. Then the next step is taking mock daily. I will advise you to take full mock test sectional. If you can't give full mock test, you have limited amount of time, then you can choose sectional mock. But don't forget to take mock. So now we actually come to the end of the video. Here is beautiful quote which says that in a couple of years you won't care about how long it took. You will be glad you never gave up. So if you have any doubts like what are the sources I use, my daily routine, I will obviously share these videos, but only if this video gets more than 200 plus likes, then I will surely upload my next video. Until then, goodbye. Thank you everyone.